Hey, it's Spence from LaunchFlows.com, and it's been a while. I miss you guys. I've been very busy with lots of stuff. I'm sure you have as well, but because of the fact that I have some new questions in the LaunchFlows user group, I wanted to make a personal video. Also let you know that I'll be coming back to making regular videos to further demonstrate how to use LaunchFlows for lots of practical purposes. We got the new Elementor templates. We got lots to discuss about the ways people have been integrating LaunchFlows into their actual build-outs, whether they're using Elementor as their primary page builder or just the supplement. So let's start today. I've got a great question. I have a bit of laryngitis, so I'm chewing the gum, sorry. From Sasha, is asking for a very specific but very easy to accomplish setup here with LaunchFlows. And his workflow is he wants to give somebody a link that is 100% discount. And he's asking about using the coupon code box, which, by the way, you can do. But one of the better features of LaunchFlows is that you actually, in this case, would be wasting people's time and energy to require them to use the coupon box. Instead, we can just give them the coupon automatically inside of the link. When they click the link, it'll direct the visitor to the checkout for the product. And again, he's saying you're going to add the stuff into the fields. Well, we don't need the coupon because that'll be automatically added by just the link. First and last name and email we'll get, and we can definitely add the phone. All of those can be set up very easily as default billing fields. Then there's a Gdpr. Now I'm going to show you a trick. Don't tell anybody. I actually am a lawyer. I've been a lawyer since 1992. But you don't want to use the checkbox for the Gdpr. Instead, you want to just make an affirmative statement that says, if you click the checkout button, it's tantamount to agreeing. That way you don't waste people's time and energy on them missing, can't see, didn't catch that little checkbox and have to go back and start over. Instead, just by checking out, they're affirmatively agreeing. That is legally the same binding agreement as an extra checkbox. And then they receive an email with a link to the actual product. And then we're going to use the LF Next Step link for that. So let's get started. What I recommend everybody do is set up a new demo of LaunchFlows that you can play with yourself. So go to launchflows.com, and I'm going to move myself conveniently over to the side here and just click on 7-day free trial if you've not done so already, or if you just want a sandbox to play. Let's do this one here. We'll call it Sasha. Now, you will have some other kind of validation email. So when you set yours up, use your real email. I'm on an admin account, so I get to bypass the email part because I can see behind the magic door. Okay, so now we got a demo. Let's go ahead and set up a couple of things. First of all, let's talk about the coupons. WooCommerce coupons is a default feature of WooCommerce. When you create a coupon, you can call it whatever you want. It makes no difference. And you can generate some kind of weird random code like this. 100% discount on XYZ product, okay? We want to make the discount either 100% of the whole order, or you can do it based upon a particular product. Here I'm just going to do it on the whole order, so whatever's in the cart would be 100%. If we did it on a fixed product, then we go ahead and essentially give the dollar amount that the product would be, and it would be 0. So let's just make it easy for our example. I'm going to say 100% discount. You can decide what to do with all the other features like shipping and so forth. It makes no difference. Usage, I actually like to do this. I like to say a couple different ways. First of all, you can specify which product it applies to. So in this case, if I did only want this discount to apply to a particular product, definitely choose the product that you want it to apply to. So in this case, I'll actually show that because I think that would be helpful for Sasha. XYZ product, okay? And let's give it an image so we know what it looks like when it's in the cart. Okay, and let's say the normal price of this is $100, so we can just track it. Whether it's shipping or not is up to you, but let's just say it's virtual so we don't have to deal with shipping fields. Okay, so now we've got everything we need. With LaunchFlows, we can tell it where it is going to be purchased, right? We can give it a custom checkout. I'm not going to worry about that just yet. Let's just make sure we got a product in here. So now when I do this, let's save this. Let's finish setting this up now so it's specific to a particular product, right? XYZ product. And then I can also say whether this can be used with other coupons. I'm going to say no. And if I wanted, I could use marketing automation. This is something I did in another video I'm not going to do today. I could say that somebody maybe already has to have a tag. Maybe they've become a member of a group or bought a different subscription. You can limit, no, I'm choking on my gum. You can limit the use of this coupon to be somebody who already has that tag. Okay, usage limits, I usually say, per user, I would usually say 1. If you feel like somebody's going to mess it up and you still don't want to deal with fixing the reset, you could say 2 or more, or just leave it off. This means that each user with their unique email can only use it 1 time. And then there's this whole other aspect of WP Fusion, which makes it awesome, where you can auto-apply tags, you can auto-apply discount. We're not going to do that here because it's not necessary, but there is another method that's also useful. So now I've got this coupon code. And actually, I'm going to make this super simple. I'm going to go, Sasha is the coupon, so I don't have to remember it later. All right, now we've got a product. Now we've got a coupon that's 100% discount. Let's go ahead and set up a checkout just because we're going to use that as an example of how to get this all configured. I can make this out of any page or post with LaunchFlows. So I'll say, checkout XYZ product. You do not have to say a checkout specific to this product. You can have any global checkout to any product, or you can have products that are unique, checkouts that are unique to different types of holidays or sales. I'm only saying the XYZ product just so I can easily find it in the dropdown and make this a good demonstration. Okay, so there's 2 steps to making any checkout with LaunchFlows. First, we want to paste the WooCommerce shortcode to let this page know, in fact, it is a WooCommerce checkout. I always like to update in between. Then we need to have a layout template for this, right? And so to do that, I don't have one yet. I'm going to add new. And here I'm going to do LaunchFlows. I'm going to make in Elementor a section, and I'm going to call it XYZ product checkout layout. So I again know what I'm dealing with when I select it. And here what I like to do is a 2-column layout is pretty common. And I'll just choose the LaunchFlows widget. And what I do is I typically put it in place and I duplicate it 5 or 6 times for the basics of the layout. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now what I do is select what the components are. So the required checkout fields are always going to be like billing, review, payment, login, login, notices. And then the last one I'm going to use, because he asked about it, is the coupon box, which we're not going to use. We're going to actually hide in this case. Okay, now I got the components. You can lay them out any way you want with any designs, but what I'll do is I'm going to put the order review, the payments over there. The coupon I'm going to put at the bottom because we're going to hide that actually. And then the billing and the notices I'll leave alone. Actually, that's the login. I'm going to move the coupon down there. Okay, so now I have the basic components. Now, first thing first, to avoid showing the coupon box because we're going to give you the direct link, let's just use this method to hide the coupon. I'm going to select the widget, go to Advanced, go to Responsive, and I'm going to say, I do not want this to show on any size device. Tablet, desktop, mobile, none of it. Notice it X's it out. That means now that the coupon will be effectively there but disabled so nobody will be bothered with it and it won't show up randomly. Now when we're done with this, let's go back to our checkout page, the plain white box that is the checkout, and we will select our XYZ product checkout layout. This is the wrapping paper, the custom design and layout that applies to this generic box. Now we've got a checkout. We'll go back to the product and we will say, that's the checkout I want this product to go to. So we say XYZ and we say, here we go, checkout XYZ product. Now for thank you, you can make your own thank you page. I'm just going to repurpose one I've already made, which is an example one thank you. Next, remember Sasha had said he wants to be able, when somebody buys this product, they should receive an email with a link to access the actual product, which is a scavenger hunt. But also, why not let's give them something directly inside of the dashboard, because when they're done, we can actually give them a link that when they're done with the thank you, we'll say, click here and go to the scavenger hunt, right? Now, I don't know what he's using for that scavenger hunt. So let's just pretend we'll make a page and we'll call it scavenger hunt. Woohoo. And you can design it any way you want. Elementor gives you lots of pretty ways to do that. All the add-ons give cool stuff. So do what you want, but I was just going to show you because I think this is terrific. I mean, just pick anything that's already existing. I don't know, let's just add, oh, that's a pro one. Let's just pick a free one. There we go. And we'll just insert this in here just for the heck of it. Oh, never mind. I haven't added the library, so I'm rejecting that on principle for now, and I'll just add an image instead. Okay. All right, so now I've got a scavenger hunt page. So what we'll do is go back here, and again, we just refresh. I should have saved that. Sorry about that. XYZ, check out product. Thank you is thank you. And now we'll do the scavenger hunt. This time I will save it. The reason I always click save is because as you're adding things, if you have to go back and make a new page, you need it to exist first to be available in the dropdown. Okay, but now that I've got it in there, so I've got a $100 product. I've got it set up so that essentially we know where it's going to be bought, where it's going to go for thank you, and then where the next step is going to be. Now, there is this next step link here that we can use to output this particular URL. That is actually quite useful because we can use that inside of any button. You can also, if you want, just take the direct checkout link of this particular page. So we can do that as well. And we can build that into our thank you. So let's go to our thank you page and finish that up. I think you remember I said I borrowed the example one thank you page. Okay, so here, if I edit this with Elementor, I can just re-borrow one of these things, and I'll use this one here, and I'll say, let's just put the direct link. Or I could use that shortcode, LF direct link. That would be a great way if you had a lot of these types of products. You could have a global thank you page, and it would have a different URL for any product that was purchased. Here we only have one product, so I can put the actual page link. So this will take us to go to the scavenger hunt, right? And if I want, I can change the icon. I don't know what they have here. Some icon that might be fun, like money or something. Okay. Now I save this. So now I've got a product. I've got a coupon code that's 100% discount that will allow me to buy it with the link. I've got a checkout, custom thank you, and I've got a scavenger hunt page that it goes to. Let's double check if I missed anything and then see how it works. We might want to talk about the billing and checkout fields with the phone number. So out of the box, inside of WooCommerce, you get 3 types of checkout fields: billing, shipping, and other. In most cases, in almost all cases I know of, we can set it up so that your billing fields are limited to just the necessities of first name, last name, and email. You could, if you want, also include a phone number in there as an optional one just for convenience, or you can use the optional as part of the additional fields. And then that way you have a very easy way to control. Billing handles on the output of the billing widget, just those fields. Shipping widget will show for non-virtual products shipping info. And then additional is something that you can have just showing up anywhere you want in addition to the billing. For this, we use the free WooCommerce custom checkout fields plugin that I've shown many times before. Here, and if you haven't seen it before, it's WooCommerce checkout fields. I think it's called Manager. Here you go. This is the free plugin that we use. They have a paid version, which is outstanding and lets you do this on a multiple product basis. But in generic terms, this one does the job. And this is what we have in our demo. So here for the billing fields, I've just got first name, last name, email. Shipping fields, I'm not even going to use because I'm not going to show that component in the layout. Additional fields, I have something here called order comments. Now, I can add a field here for the phone number, or I could just go back here to the billing phone. Originally, the billing actually had this. So if I go ahead and add it back in, we'll do billing phone. And the label will be your phone. Placeholder could be whatever, your phone number. And you don't have to show the label and the placeholder. It could be full width, or it could be form row right. It depends on if you wanted to share with the email. I would not make this required, because if they don't have a phone number or something, they could go in circles with that. So I'm going to make that optional. And then what I'm going to do is I'll just edit the width of the email. So this is form row left. So there's form row left is half width left. Form row right is half width right. Form row wide is the whole thing. Okay, we save the changes. Now we've got a collection of the phone number. Now finally, I'm not saying you need to do this, but what you could do also for the email is include in the product itself a note, an order note. So when somebody buys the product description could give the scavenger hunt information as an attached note. I don't think I like that as much. I like it just where they see it in the dashboard, because that's permanent and it'll always be there. But you could set up the product to do that. So if you went into the product, there's a purchase note. You could say, get the scavenger hunt here. Okay, and this will only be seen after they purchase, right? Enter an optional note to send the customer after purchase, okay? So we've got everything set up. Let's give it a try, right? So we're gonna go ahead and use the direct checkout link, and we're already in incognito, I believe. Let's go over to incognito. Right, we're already in there. So let's see how this works out. All right, so it throws the product to the cart. I forgot one thing, the most important thing. So now you see that it's $100, right? We want it to be the discount. Remember, we created the discount, Sasha, right? So we want to add, using the LaunchFlows built-in URL discount capability, we want to add the following: question mark, LF coupon equals, and then Sasha. Now what we're going to do is we're going to save this URL, because we're going to use this in a button or a link somewhere else, either in an email we send or on a different page, or even after somebody buys something else, we could say, here, use this. Watch what happens when I do this. It applies the discount automatically. And so the total cost is 0. Now, if I want, I can also hide all of this aggravation. I don't have to show the subtotal or the total or any of this. I can hide that with some additional fields in LaunchFlows. So if I went to my layout, and I'm not going to do all of these, but if I went to my layout and I type in LaunchFlows, okay, I can go over here, add another thing, and I can use the hide fields. See, and I can hide, well, in this case, no, I'm going to use the actual fields themselves, and I'm going to do it like I did with the coupon. So if I want to hide, let's say, subtotal, just too much aggravation, I put it out there, and then I click on it, and like I did before, go to advanced, and responsively, I just hide it. No, I do not want to see it on each side screen. Okay. Now when we look at the checkout, watch, the subtotal will be gone. It's a lot cleaner, right? So you can do this with the coupon, with the total. You can do anything. The layout's super easy. I think what I might do on this page is I might just hide with my free Astra theme. I might just hide the title and the featured image. Not that it's showing it, but the title is annoying me. Okay, so now I got a super clean layout. I can jazz this up with lots of other stuff. Now that button, that link, where are we going to put that? Well, anywhere we go in the internet where that link is applied, okay, that is going to send the person right to the result. And if they buy this, they will see in their dashboard this go to the particular treasure hunt link. And in their email, they will also get here's the link to the whatever. So let's just finish the checkout. Okay. Now, a couple things. This is what was in that little note. I think I might jazz that up a little and use a button or an HTML link instead, because I don't want to just show them the direct link. But here in this, go to the scavenger hunt. That's the link that takes them to the scavenger hunt page. So if we jazz up that one last thing, and I think that'll wrap this up. If we go to, what do we have? Advanced, I think it was. This purchase note, I would probably do this. Let's see how this works. I would use some HTML. I think this should work. href equals. And if you don't like this part, then just, like I say, skip it, because quite honestly, this is redundant. I would rather somebody know that they just can go to their order and they'll see the link in the order anyway. Let's see if this cleans it up or if that breaks it. I'm not sure if WooCommerce allows you to put, oh, it did work. Okay, so there you go. So now it's a lot cleaner. It's a link. You can do it as a button too. Just do class equals button. I'll give you a little CSS HTML lesson today. You could do, for example, oh, I noticed that's interesting. Well, well, I take it back. So it's not happy with it. It got rid of all the link stuff. So yeah, I would say don't do that. You can either put the real link in, or you can do something else with the LaunchFlows or Elementor. One of the things that we could do with automation, just while I'm talking out loud, is when you buy this product, you can apply a tag that says, you know, purchased XYZ product. This is part of our rules engine that already exists and is awesome. And what happens now is, in the layout of the thank you page, I could just simply have the link show up that way because I have already purchased that tag. So if I went into the layout here, the thank you page, let's go actually here, thank you page, I could do something that's conditional based upon the fact that they've just purchased, right? So I could add a button. It's kind of redundant to the next step, but I could add a button, and then with this button, I use WP Fusion, and I can say, in order to see this, you need to have purchased XYZ product, right? And then I can make this go to scavenger hunt. It's kind of doing, again, the same thing as our next step link, but you can customize, the whole point, any particular element of an Elementor layout. And by doing so, I've essentially now just created, I've just now created something that will only show up on the thank you page if somebody has actually purchased that particular product. So let's take a look at that. So if I preview this with a tag, and let's say I didn't have it, it's hidden. If I did have it, it shows up. So that's it. What I've demonstrated for you now is a way you will create that particular custom product, add the question mark LF coupon equals. And by the way, the documentation for this at launchflows.com, documentation, and just use our search tool. Just type discount. It's inside here, but here, discount coupons. And here's the syntax that you can refresh your memory with, LF coupon equals, and here's an example. So add that and then copy that link anywhere you want to send people, because that will allow them to immediately get it for free, one time per email, and everything else happens. I hope this lesson has been helpful to Sasha and everybody else. Look for more content like this over at LaunchFlows. If you have any questions, hit us up in the Facebook group. I'll see you on the next video.